Meeting of the Salina City Board of Education in order. If you all join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please, Mr. Summer. Mr. Gilmore. Here. Mrs. Gingrich.
Here.
Mrs. Voorhees.
Here.
Mr. Huber.
Here.
And Mr. Stell is absent. Attending to a newborn grandchild, I believe, in Georgia. Okay, do I have a motion to set the agenda?
I'll make a motion.
Moved by Mr. Huber,
Second.
seconded by Mrs. Voorhees. Call the roll, please. Mr. Huber.
Yes.
Mrs. Voorhees.
Yes.
Mrs. Gingrich.
Aye.
Mr. Gilmore. Aye. Okay, reception of the public tonight. We have Ms. Ashley Smith with the primary school. So, take it away. Oh, and Principal Duncan.
Quick introductions. And a couple of thank yous.
Principal Duncan's name was not on the little list here.
Am I turned on? Okay. Come on, you guys can come up, okay? Well, I'm just going to do a couple of quick thank yous. Mrs. Toby and I just wanted to come tonight and let everybody know what a fantastic year we're having at Salina Primary School. We had our first Love, Lead, and Inspire Assembly last month, where we all received our fantastic new t-shirts. And kind of a funny little story, as some of you know, our second graders do our announcements every day, and they go through the whole menu and birthdays and what special day we're on, and they always end with, at Salina Primary School, we are dedicated to love, lead, and inspire. But sometimes it comes out, we are dedicated to love, lead, and expire. So, some days it feels like that. But we really try to inspire at Salina Primary School. So thank you to the community members and businesses that were able to donate money to purchase all of our Spirit t-shirts. Every student and staff member at Salina Primary School received one of these fabulous t-shirts, and we try to wear them on Fridays. We'd also like to thank the community for our new playground equipment. So the CPS Playground Project, the first phase is up and running. We have 3 new pieces of equipment that the kids are loving. But the real reason we're here today is to talk about what we're learning in first grade. So with that, I will turn it over to Mrs. Smith.
All right, I brought some of my friends with me here today to explain something that we earned last year, and I'm going to let Hunter go first.
Last year, Mrs. Smith won a grant for our first grade classroom. The grant was for a code called Code and Go Mice. You know that kids as young as 5 can learn to code? What? Do you don't even know what coding is? Coding. Let's show them our video.
some kids can learn to code even before they can write and spell, it's important for us to know the basics of coding because our world is changing so fast. Coding builds confidence and helps kids to be more patient. Our robot mice provide a great introduction to coding by helping children understand the concepts of programming and sequencing. When students visit code.org, they can continue to play in the world of coding. We plan to participate in the Hour of Code in December. If you want to follow along on our coding journey, be sure to
Thank you very much, first graders and Mrs. Smith. Parents, thank you for bringing them. You are welcome to take your kids if you'd like. I'm sure you have many kids too. Thank you for letting us share what we're doing in primary school. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Duncan. Thank you, Mrs. Smith. Thank you, students, and Mrs. Toby. Thank you. All right. Mayor Jeff Hazel and Sheila Baltzell have a presentation.
We are getting prepared for American Education Week, and that is coming up on November 12th through the 16th of 2018. And American Education Week spotlights the importance of providing every child in America with a quality public education from kindergarten through college, and the need for everyone to do his or her part in making public schools great. It's by the National Education Association website. The AE Week is coming up, again, November 12th through the 16th, and as organizer for the event, the CEA Professional Relations Committee, which includes Carol Bader, Betsy Kreitz, Amanda Moore, Jackie Mertz, Brittany Green, and me, would like to congratulate everyone, including our board members, teachers, administrators, support staff, substitutes, and volunteers at Salina Schools for all they do for Salina School children. The activities are planned in the buildings include candy treats for all the staff, posters, morning announcements, and encouraging emails. Salina Education Association is also sponsoring 5 $100 mini grants to teachers who submit an idea for a special lesson or activity they intend to use in their classroom and need some financial backing. Just like we just saw. She was a mini grant winner last year. Applications will be available for that this week. Winners will be announced after the first of the year. At that time, we will do a check presentation at a board meeting so we can all see who won and hear about their projects. In addition, the local parent organization, CCS-CO, plans to provide some evening treats during both nights of parent-teacher conferences in November for the staffs of primary, elementary, and intermediate. A wonderful and deeply appreciated contribution. And now, Salina Mayor Jeff Hazel will present a proclamation for American Education Week to Dr. Schmeese. So in conclusion, we are looking forward to our upcoming American Education Week.
Mrs. Baltzell. Steve Stewart, Eric Winger, CPA. Mrs. Henderson. Congratulations, many of you may not know that Mrs. Henderson finished third in the bus rodeo at what level?
Region,
Regional, so now you're off to the state.
in 2 weeks.
Now do you have a report? All right, do I have a motion, did anybody sign the sheet down there?
Yes.
I will entertain a motion to approve the consensus agenda. I'll second Mrs. Voorhees, seconded by Mr. Eater. Mr. Summer.
Okay, item number 1 is to approve the minutes of the September 17th regular meeting and the October 9th special board meetings. Item number 2 is to approve the financial summary report for the month of September showing revenues of just over $2.7 million and expenditures of over $3.4 million. Item 3, approve the investment control report for the month of September with an overall balance of just over $31.2 million. Item 4, asking you to approve the September 2018 SM2 report. Item 5 is to approve checks written in September of just over $3.16 million. Item 6 is to approve the tax abatement for PBG Limited, known as VersaPack. This is through the city of Salina. It's 100% abatement for 15 years on $1 million in improvements. Item 7 is to approve the proposed enterprise zone agreement for S&K Products Company, requesting a county approval of the same and waiving the statutory notice period. This was offered to us through the Mercer County Development Office. Item 8 is to approve the Post Scholarship Education Foundation Fund agreement with the Mercer County Civic Foundation. This is an ongoing process that I've been working on for several months now. Item 9 is to authorize myself to transfer the funds from the IW Post Scholarship Fund to the Education Foundation Fund established on the district's books, and then further direct me to pay the trustee, the Mercer County Civic Foundation, the initial trust principal contemplated by the agreement for the Education Foundation Fund. The end result is this, to allow us to have more meaningful scholarships under the code name, as the County Civic Foundation can invest in a wider range of objects than I can. Item 10 is to accept 4 donations. They're all $500 donations. One from Christopher and Nancy Moore for the Salina Middle School musical, from the Women of the Moose for the CHS Spring Musical, from Tomorrow's Technology Today for the CHS Spring Musical, and from the Salina Women's Moose to help pay our student lunch debt and help with those students in need.
Any questions from Mr. Summer?
Point out those 2 abatements are getting a 10 mil, correct, in lieu of payment from those 2 entities.
Yes.
So we're not going without for those terms of those abatements on both.
Anything else? Okay, Dr. Schmusing.
Under our personnel, for our classified folks, we recommend the approval of the following 10 individuals. Number 2, we have a 60-day probationary contract for Kit Laux. There's also 60-day probationary contracts for Michael Eulenhank, custodian, and for Brenda Depwick, bus driver. Carol Hayes is moving from a Head Start bus driver to a Salina City bus driver. Ashley Klingshorn is going from being a Head Start teacher to a teacher assistant at the elementary. And Tracy Klingshorn from an educational aide to a teacher assistant. Rachel Kaiser has completed her probationary contract, as well as Nancy Menschiller.
Any questions on any of those? Okay. Superintendent's report.
For the certified folks, we do have 8 new certified substitutes to approve. And we have a change of contracts, 2 deduct days for Rose Post, supplemental contracts for Braylon Bader, for assistant varsity football coach, for Jeff Stein, also assistant varsity coach for football. Pupil activity contracts is listed, and the following volunteers, 3 of them for wrestling.
Any questions? Okay.
Under resolutions, we're asking you to approve a 3-year contract between OPSI and the Salina Board. That would be retroactive back to July 1st of 2018. Also approve a 3-year contract between OPSI with the Head Start and the preschool employees and the Salina Board. Number 3, the cafeteria manager's compensation plan. Number 4, the executive secretary compensation plan. Number 5, the administrator compensation plan. And number 6, the Head Start administrative compensation plan.
Comments, questions? All right.
Then for TriStar, we'd like to accept the donation of a 2002 Chevy Express van from Ray's Refrigeration from Coldwater. Value is $1,660. That will be used in TriStar's automotive class. And then attached we have the Head Start monthly report.
We did want to point out on page 5 of the first reading of the renewal policies, policy number 6320 has been pulled off for tonight. Do we have any items that need to be removed from the consensus? Okay, call the roll, please.
Mrs. Voorhees.
Yes.
Mr. Huber.
Yes.
Mrs. Gingrich. Mr. Gilmore.
Aye.
And the last item on the agenda is to review the results of the Salina Community Survey. So if you give me a minute to pull up.
Anyone know any good jokes? Mrs. Duncan? Yeah.
Good evening. The survey that was completed did have 21 questions, so we're going to go through and look at the spreadsheets. Steve Lozinski is here from Fanning and Howie. I see Brad Buck here as well. So if you have any input with this, certainly Fanning and Howie did help set up this Survey Monkey document to help us with the answers. But as you see on all these slides, we have the Survey Monkey responses, and then also the hard copies that we had to hand enter. And then we have the last column furthest to the right is the combined responses, so that'll show us pretty quickly. Question number 1 there, for parents and guardians, you're looking at 37% of those that answered that question are parents and or guardians. Females comprised on question number 2, 67% of the total survey. Question number 3, 50% of those surveys did not have any children that they responded with here. The community survey, those that did respond with school-aged children, did say there were 44% were high schoolers. The last time being in a Salina City Schools building, right at 60%. So I would think that those that were responding to the survey maybe have been active in the school district. What's your opinion of the overall condition of the school building then for those that visited? Question number 6, 52% said good, very good, or excellent. That talks about the job the maintenance, custodian, and certainly the rest of the staff is taking care to help the buildings look good. The question, should the middle school be replaced with the new building? Strongly agree and agree, there were only 17%. So there's not a real strong feeling about doing anything with the middle school built in 1980. The East Primary School, built in 1951, 65% either agreed or strongly agreed that that should be replaced. The West, though, I think that was 1% higher, so 66% felt the West building, which is actually younger than the East building. By 6 years, they felt that the West building should be replaced. High school, we had 52%. So over half did feel the high school should be replaced with the new building. Should it be built somewhere on the outskirts of the city? Almost 60% said no, they didn't like that idea. They like them where they're at. Should the high school be built on existing property? Then we were more sure there with 56% agreed with that. Combining buildings, put the 7th through the 12th grade together in one building. There we ended up with close to about 42% total felt that that would be a good idea. The concept of a PK4 building was more popular. We're talking about 61% thought that would be a good idea. A PK6 building, though, came in also more positive, 47%, feeling that that was a strong idea. The concept of a 5 through 8 building was not so popular. That was close to 30%. Converting the high school to a middle school looked like 37 and 22 is about 59% did not like that idea. Retaining the intermediate building and adding on to house additional grades. That was over 50%, thought that would be a good idea. Creating a PK6 on the west and a 712 on the east. We also had a good response to that, 42% compared to just under 30% that did not like that idea. Did want to share, we are pulling this right off of the school website. Sheila uploaded these all today. We also shared out this information with the local media. Tom's got it, Kevin's got it, shaking his head there, yes, as well. So we'll be looking for more of the documents out there as well. Next, we're going to go over to questions 20 and 21.
Dr. Ken, how many people responded?
Good question. Close to 1,400. So we were pleased with that.
Question 20, what can we do to improve Salina City Schools? The number one, and I think a lot of us heard about this, especially with the warm fall, air condition the classrooms. So we did post that out, and one of the first questions I got today on Facebook was, are we going to air condition the buses? So we are looking into that, looking into what kind of price that would be as well. Carol says this. Certainly, also people did feel 227 that the buildings are outdated, that we need to consolidate and combine schools. Over 200 said we need new buildings, help attract people to the Salina community. Mayor Hazel has left, but that's been a conversation he and I have already had as well. That he thought that that would help us to bring more people into Salina. When they see the facilities right away, that turns the people away. There are a number of people, though, that feel we should keep the old buildings, the historical perspective. They felt it would be wise to remodel and update. Some of them feeling that it's better to stick with something old that has been built well. Part of that, as we go into a committee, we are going to be looking at prices and see what would actually be the cost to remodel and update, put a new heating system in an old building, put air conditioning into an old building. That's why Brad and Steve are here too, and they're going to help us we go through that process, helping with some questions. The auditorium was a piece you saw as well that had regular input. Safety and security, that's certainly a hot button item with the number of school shootings that are going on across the nation. Administration needs to do a better job. Some of those are pointed at me, but others across the district as well. Doing a better job budgeting. The numbers in front are the number of responses for each of those items. We're going to go on to question number 21 and look at some of those responses. The singletons that were out there I did not include on these summaries, but the board members did see all of those. What are we doing well at Salina City Schools? Quality of the staff, the dedicated staff. So, thank you very much for those of you who are here. And that leads right to the second item. Great job educating the students, producing intelligent, happy students. Caring, compassionate, and dedicated staff. A lot of people said that they were very pleased that they were given the opportunity to provide input on this survey. Many have said that we are taking great care of the current facilities. They're clean and well maintained. I think there was another piece down here further that did talk about it's even confusing to some that see the condition of the buildings that makes some people feel that we don't need new buildings because they have been so well maintained. People proud of the athletics program, certainly the curriculum, arts. And we'll go on to the summary page. It's a top one. So if you want to hear this, you can also go to Facebook and check this out. The one piece I did share with the board members, there's one copy up here on the stage yet as well. The survey that was completed in 2008 I did make note that some of the results were very, very similar to those results. At that time as well, people thought replace the primary building, replace the elementary building. But I think people are feeling a little more strong now in terms of looking at it's time to replace the high school. So that might be a little bit of a difference. People had concerns about the pickup and drop-off routing at the schools. And I did mention there was a preliminary drawing that Steve shared with me that showed how we could make that much smoother at a new facility. Not that that drawing was any detail or anything like that. We are working already with the OFCC, so they are looking at some different designs that could be a possibility for Salina City Schools. I answered a question there too. People say, well, why don't we go for this now? Why don't we put this in front of the voters now? I said, well, there is a process. OFCC will kick in about 45% of the total funds, and they have agreed with us that the timing is right. Why 2020? That's when the last bond issue comes off. So if people are making comments, we haven't even paid off the last buildings. In 2020, those will all be paid off. New buildings will provide the extra security. I think people will be pleased with the security that we're able to put in. Have less entrances, which will help in tracking those visitors that we have to our campuses. Are people open and enrolling because of the age of our buildings, that they want to go to a newer building? We don't have proof of that. Nobody said that as we put out some surveys and asked questions. It was more about their babysitting needs and where their parents worked and where their parents had previously gone to school. There were people as well that said, you know, we're on a fixed income, so we can't really afford any more money in taxes. So that's why, again, looking at 2020, when those other taxes are falling off, this looks like a great time for us to add something new. We will be setting up meetings to continue this and moving forward, trying to make some decisions based on this survey. So I appreciate anybody who's willing to be included with that as we continue to look for new buildings and update our current buildings. Any questions on the survey? I appreciate it. If you have more questions, you can certainly see more detail. I was trying to go, maybe you saw that I was trying to be in a hurry a little bit. There is a tournament soccer game at home tonight, so some of us will be headed right there as soon as we leave here. Thank you.
Anyone have anything else for the good of the order?